What's up, ladies and gents? On June 8th, 2021, which is about a month ago as of uploading this video, the Minecraft 1.17 update was officially released to both Java and Bedrock editions. Man, there were a lot of people in the Minecraft community who had been waiting for this update for so long. A lot of people actually requested for this update a few years ago, and it finally came true. And so for today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys every new feature and some minor features as well that have been added into Minecraft in the 1.17 Caves and Cliffs update! Part 1. Alright, so for me to explain exactly why this update was split, I'm gonna have to go into the Minecraft wiki to show you guys what's up. And by the way, you guys can skip this part if you want, using the time cards below. Alright, here we are in the Minecraft wiki page for the 1.17 update. And as you can see up here, yeah, here's all the general information about the update, blah blah blah. It was announced at Minecraft Live 2020, and all these kind of stuff. And as you can see here, it says that on April 14th, 2021, Mojang Studios announced that the update would be split into 2 parts due to the amount and complexity of content as well as team health. And so multiple features such as the revamped mountain and cave generation, the Lush Caves and Dripstone Cave biomes, and increased world heights are actually set to release for part 2 of the Caves and Cliffs update, which is 1.18. Now, if you guys didn't know, a couple months ago, the Mojang team at Mojang Studios actually announced in a video on the Minecraft YouTube channel that the update would be split. Now, I know there were quite a few people that were pretty disappointed by this decision, but it's kind of a good thing, to be honest with you, because yeah, this update just looks fantastic, and there's just too many complicated features like the new generations and stuff like that to be added. Because the Mojang team had to take into consideration the technical issues that the developers ran into, and they also had to look at how much time the team needed to implement these features, and as well as some other factors, including the pandemic. That was probably another one of the reasons as to why they had to split the update. And so yeah, here we are with the release of 1.17. The Mojang team decided to go ahead and just give us some of the new features in the Caves and Cliffs update, which included most of the new blocks and some new mobs and a lot of new items and etc. For us to enjoy while we wait for the second part to release. And yeah, in this video, I'm not gonna mention any of the new features that are postponed for 1.18 because spoilers, haha. But yeah, I hope I didn't make too many of you guys stop watching this video. And so let's go ahead and get right into the Minecraft world and start showing you guys the new features. Alright, ladies and gents, and so here's the 1.17 world where I will show you guys the 1.17 features. Now guys, it took me 3 days to set everything up for this video. And so now, in order for me to show you guys the first few features for this update video, I'm gonna go down this ravine and head over here. Boom. And alright, we are at our first destination for this video. Alright, so as you can see, the Minecraft ore textures have actually changed, as you can see. Except for diamond, because you can see that it actually retains the old patterning. And you can see that the other ores, which are coal, iron, lapis, gold, redstone, and emerald, look exceptionally different than before. Now, apparently, they decided to change the ore textures was because of the players in Minecraft that were actually colorblind, and so it was kind of difficult for them to tell the difference between some of these ores. And so with this update, it will help them a lot more. And by the way, guys, the generation of these ores have not changed. And also, as you can see behind me, here is the new ore in Minecraft 1.17 called copper ore. And so I'm actually going to go into survival mode and show you guys myself mining the ores. And so let's mine up this copper ore. And you can see that it gives me raw copper. Now, a really interesting new feature that 1.17 has added is that if we mine iron and gold, as you can see, it doesn't give us the regular iron ore and gold ore like they used to give us. And so as you can see, we get raw iron and raw gold respectively. Now, once we get raw iron and gold, we basically smelt them in the furnace, which will give us the iron. Oh, wait, actually, I forgot. Let me mine up this coal. Now, let's go back to the furnace, and if I place a coal here, and wait until this smelts. Alright, so as you can see, if we smelt raw iron in a furnace, we get back the iron ingots, just like the good old days. And same goes for raw gold. We get the gold ingots, as you can see on the screen. Alright, and if we put in our raw copper that we just mined, we get a new item called copper ingots. Now guys, I will show you the crafting recipes that you can make with copper ingots throughout this video. But now what I want to show you is that if I go into a crafting table and actually put 9 of these raw gold, I get a block of raw gold, and it's basically the same patterning for a block of raw iron, as you can see. Oh, and you can also make a block of raw copper by placing raw copper along the crafting grid like this. Now, these blocks of raw metals, as you can see here, they look like this, and they're basically just used as a decorative block like the old days. And they're basically to add from the block of iron and a block of gold from before 1.17. Oh, and one more thing I forgot to mention is that the iron ore and gold ore that I mined earlier, they are now affected by the fortune enchantment, so that if I mine the iron ore and gold ore using a fortune pickaxe, I can actually get more of these raw iron and raw gold. Alright, to go into the next set of displays, I'm actually going to take this minecart track to go down. Yeah, I actually interconnected all the displays for this video using minecart tracks, which is really awesome. Okay, we go down into this lava lake that is deeper below the ground, and if I go this way, you can see a lot of new blocks that are added into the game. And so this black block that you see up here, it's actually called Deepslate, and it generates below Y level 16. And as you can see here, Deepslate actually gives way to a wide variety of brand new ore variants. So you can see that there's Deepslate variants of the Minecraft ores that we know of in the game. And so as you can see, here's Deepslate coal ore, Deepslate iron ore, and so on and so forth for all the Minecraft ores. So if I mine this up just to show you guys, they actually yield the same stuff that mining the regular variants would give you. And In fact, if I actually show you the difference between mining regular copper ore and Deepslate copper ore, you can kind of see that it actually takes twice as long to mine the Deepslate variant of the ore. Okay, and as you can see over here, if I go over here and mine this new block, you can see that it is called Tuff. Now, just like with Deepslate, it also only generates below Y level 16. And it is actually a reference to volcanic ash in real life. And I don't know if you saw, but it's actually quite a weak block, and so I can actually mine it up pretty quickly with my pickaxe. Okay, let me go back into creative mode, and let me show you guys even more new blocks. Okay, so here is the regular Deepslate, which actually gives way to a wide variety of brand new Deepslate variant blocks. And so here is cobbled Deepslate. That's what you get when you mine Deepslate using a pickaxe. Yeah, so if you want regular Deepslate when mining, you're going to have to use a Silk Touch. Okay, here is polished Deepslate, infested Deepslate. This is basically identical to regular Deepslate, except in survival mode, if you mine it, a silverfish, I think, is going to pop out. Here's Deepslate bricks. Okay, here's cracked Deepslate bricks, Deepslate tiles, cracked Deepslate tiles, and here's the chiseled Deepslate. And behind these blocks, you can see here, here's the cobbled Deepslate wall, polished Deepslate wall, Deepslate brick wall, and the Deepslate tile wall. Behind the walls, here's the cobbled Deepslate stair, polished Deepslate stair, Deepslate brick stair, and Deepslate tile stairs. Finally, we have the 4 new slabs for Deepslate, which are the cobbled Deepslate slab, polished Deepslate slab, Deepslate brick slab, and Deepslate tile slab. Man, that is a lot of new blocks right there. And if I go over here to the stone cutter, and the sign says that you can use cobbled, polished, or Deepslate bricks on the stone cutter. Yeah, so if I go over here and pick up this cobbled Deepslate and put it onto the stone cutter, you can see that you'll be able to cut the cobbled Deepslate into the other Deepslate variants, as you can see on the screen. But if you use polished Deepslate instead, you can see that you get less choices that you can cut into. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, and I also forgot, if you put cobbled Deepslate into a furnace, you actually get back the regular Deepslate. And if you put in Deepslate tiles in a furnace, you get the cracked Deepslate tile, and if you put in Deepslate bricks, you get the cracked Deepslate brick. Alright, ladies and gents, now let's take this minecart system here and go to our next point of destination. Alright, here we go! Whee! Alright, here we are! And so the next feature I'm gonna show you guys that is added in 1.17 is this new structure that generates underground called Amethyst Geodes. Now, actually, it looks a lot better if I light up this place with a torch. Okay, so as you can see, Amethyst Geodes are basically made up of a variety of new blocks. So as you can see here, the structure is made out of smooth basalt, which is actually a block added in the Nether update, so that's not new. Alright guys, I want to apologize for this, but apparently I made a mistake earlier. But the smooth basalt block that you can see generating in these Amethyst Geodes, they're actually a new 1.17 block. But apparently in 1.16 they only added regular basalt and polished basalt, not smooth basalt. But yeah, anyways, you can find smooth basalt in 1.17 generating on the side of these Amethyst Geodes. But you can also get smooth basalt in 1.17 by smelting regular basalt in a furnace, and that's how you get smooth basalt. This is called calcite, or calcite, I don't know if that's the right way to pronounce it. And this purple block that you see here is called the block of amethyst. And as you can see here, this is what's called an amethyst cluster. And they basically require budding amethyst blocks in order to grow. And if I walk around these amethyst clusters, you can kind of hear these chiming sounds, but they're pretty faint. So like, I kind of wish the Mojang team made it a bit louder. Okay, if I switch into survival mode and go ahead and mine one of these amethyst clusters, you can see that it gives me a new item called amethyst shards, which give way to 2 new crafting recipes, which I will show you later. Now, basically, once you mine these amethyst clusters, it basically leaves one side of the budding amethyst exposed. Now, this will basically allow the budding amethyst to continue to grow more of these amethyst clusters. In fact, if I go ahead and mine out these block of amethysts, I'm sorry, you can see that I leave more of these sides of the budding amethyst block exposed, and so hopefully more of these amethyst clusters will grow. Now, if you mine these amethyst clusters, you have to make sure that it's at the fully grown stage. Because if I mine the smaller amethyst buds with a regular pickaxe, you can see that it drops nothing. But if I actually use a pickaxe with Silk Touch, this will drop the actual block. So let me go ahead and mine more of these amethyst clusters for you guys. Alright, if I go over here to my crafting table, you can see that I can actually use 4 amethyst shards to make the block of amethyst that you see on the Amethyst Geodes. And here's one of the new crafting recipes that I was talking about. It's Tinted Glass, which you can make by crafting a glass block with 4 amethyst shards. Now, here's what Tinted Glass looks like. Now, basically what it does is that, you see that lantern that is inside the little room produced by the Tinted Glass? You can see that Tinted Glass is basically a transparent block that does not let light go through. So unlike regular glass, actually let me do this. If I actually replace the glass like this, you can see that the lantern light sort of passes through the regular glass. But if I use tinted glass instead, it's sort of blocks the light from passing through, which is really cool. Man, there's a lot of cool things you can do with this new tinted glass, which is really awesome. And the next item that you can craft with the amethyst shards is called the Spyglass. It's basically crafted by using 2 copper ingots and 1 shard. Now guys, what the Spyglass does is basically if I right click on it, holding the glass, you can see that I'll be able to zoom in and be able to see things that are farther away more clearly. So you can see that I can see those couple of goats over here a lot more clearly. So I think that this is a really awesome feature for you guys to be able to read sign text or something like that from far away. But if I right click spam while holding the Spyglass, yeah, that looks so ridiculous.
I'm Michael Jordan, Stop it. Get some help.
Alright, to show you guys the next feature, we're gonna have to travel on these minecart systems even farther. Man, I'm just so proud of myself for interconnecting these exhibits with these minecart designs. It took quite a while to set all this up. Okay, let's take this minecart system. Oh god, there's something wrong with my throat. Okay, woohoo! We go to this new area. And, alright, that's awesome. Okay, so as you can see here, we come into this new area where you can sort of see these really cool stalactite and stalagmite looking blocks that are newly added in 1.17. So let me go ahead and identify these blocks for you. So here's the dripstone block where you can place these stalactite and stalagmite looking things, but they're basically called pointed dripstone. Now you can basically place these upwards or downwards like this. Yeah, you can basically stack these stalactite or stalagmites like this. Oh, and let me show you guys what it looks like going down. Yeah, and this is what it looks like when they join up together. So yeah, it looks really cool. If I go into survival mode, I'm going to show you guys exactly why these stalactites and stalagmites are pretty dangerous to players. So if I go over to this diving board thing and jump down to this stalactite, as you can see here. Oh yeah, that took 2.5 hearts of damage. Yeah, so as you can see, if you land on these dripstone as you're falling, they actually hurt more than if you land on a solid surface. So yeah, be careful when you're traveling around these areas filled with dripstone. Oh, and also, if I mine the dripstone that is on top of me, that actually does damage to me as well. Okay, back to creative mode. Another thing I want to show you guys is that with the help of dripstone, you can actually use cauldrons to renew water and lava. So, as you can see, if you have water or lava placed on top of these dripstone blocks, and you have these dripstones underneath that, what they'll do is that the dripstones will basically keep on dripping water or lava onto the cauldrons, and they'll actually fill up, which is really nice. Yeah, so once these cauldrons are filled up, you can use your bucket to grab the water or lava, and you can wait for a bit for the cauldrons to fill up once again. Oh yeah, guys, also I think I forgot to talk about this feature earlier, but you can see here, this is called glow lichen, and you can basically find these growing out of the side of many blocks inside these new caves. And what glow lichen does is that they're basically a sort of light source for you to see in dark caves. And they actually sort of glow in the dark. I don't know if you guys can see it well. Actually, let me go in here. Yeah, so you can see that it sort of emits a bit of light, which is really nice. But even so, it's still not enough for you to see in these caves, and it's probably recommended to turn up the brightness to max. Okay, so as you can see with this sign, the next destination for us is to go to a mineshaft. And so if I type these coordinates, okay, I am teleported to this mineshaft. Okay, so what I want to show you guys is that in 1.17, mineshafts actually have a new and improved generation in 1.17. So as you can see, if these sort of mineshaft bridges go over like a ravine or something like that, you can see that these wooden and chain sort of supports will actually add to the look of these bridges, which I think is a really nice addition. So I think these mineshafts look a lot more realistic with these chain supports. And if I go over to these coordinates. Okay, and go down here. You can see that these wooden supports with oak logs will also help to support these mineshaft bridges, and they basically serve the same purpose as with the chain supports, which I showed earlier. And so I'm happy to say that these abandoned mineshafts look a lot more realistic with these new supports that are being added. Okay, so for me to go back, I'm gonna type in these coordinates. Okay, so I'm back to the first mineshaft area. Okay, so another feature I want to show you guys is right over there. So I'm going to take this little minecart track and go through this tunnel. Okay, I come into this new mineshaft area, and you can see over here that is a minecart chest. And so let's open it up. And you can see that abandoned mineshaft loot now includes glow berries. Now, what you can do with glow berries is you're able to place them downwards like this. And if you right-click on these cave vines, which the glow berries grow in, oh, my bad. Oh, this is what I need to do. I need to use bone meal, apparently, to get these glow berries onto the cave vines. Yeah, so in regular survival mode, they take quite a bit of time for the glow berries to actually grow onto the cave vines. Another thing that's really cool about these glow berries is that they actually emit light, which is really awesome. And of course, hence the name, you can actually eat these glow berries. And finally, with these cave vines, you can actually climb them. So as you can see here, I can actually go up and down like this. And finally, here's a little fox here. I can actually feed these glow berries to him. So yeah, not only can you feed the sweet berries to foxes, they'll actually eat these new glow berries as well. Okay, I don't know why it's thundering, but yeah, let's go back here and go back to the dripstones here. Alright, ladies and gents, I am back up to the surface, and you can see that I have a plethora of new blocks and items to show you guys. And we'll just get out of the way. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, I would show you guys the new crafting recipes that copper would give you. So yeah, as you can see, here's a wide variety of new blocks that copper gives you. And also, what's really interesting about copper is that, as you can see, this is the regular copper block. Now, basically, what happens over time is that they'll basically oxidize into these different stages. And so here's exposed copper. Guys, please ignore the waxed in the block's name. Here is weathered copper, and here's what the final oxidized copper looks like. Yeah, like, for builders, I can imagine you guys can do a lot of things with these copper block variations. Like, it gives that really nice rusty feel to a lot of structures and stuff like that. Okay, so basically, guys, if you find out that your copper block has oxidized and you don't want that, you can actually use an axe to restore it back to its original stage. So if I right-click with an axe, you can see that I actually scrape off the oxidation. So I basically go back one stage of oxidation. So if I do this 2 more times, the copper is now returned back to its original stage, the first stage of the block of copper. And also, as you can see over here, say you really like this exposed copper texture on your build, and you want to keep it that way, and you don't want it to oxidize into this, what you can do is that you can actually use a honeycomb to right-click on it, and what that will do is that it waxes the copper block, preventing it from oxidizing any further. And so that's why you see over here, these block names have the word waxed on them. Oh yeah, by the way, you can also wax the copper on a crafting table as well. And yeah, with the introduction of these copper blocks, they actually give way to a variety of copper variant blocks. So as you can see here, this is the cut copper block, and they basically oxidize to these different stages. Here's what they look like. Yeah, exposed, weathered, and oxidized. And can it just stop thundering? Like, my goodness. Okay, back here you can see the stair variant of these blocks. Yeah. Okay, and here is the slabs variant. So yeah, this update is a good opportunity for builders to try something new. Okay, if I walk over here, you can see that Minecraft 1.17 has added candles into the game, which is really awesome. Yeah, so with candles, you can actually place them on the ground like this, and you can actually place up to 4 candles on the ground like this. And you can actually place a single candle onto a cake, as you can see. So, yay, now you can celebrate your friend's birthday Minecraft style. Now, what is pretty unfortunate is that you can only place 1 candle on the cake at a time. And if you try to eat the cake, the candle disappears completely. Actually, let me go ahead and do this. Yeah, so basically that's what happens. Okay, so as you can see with these signs, to light up a candle, you can actually use a flint and steel, or just about any item that emits fire. And if you want to put out the candle flame, you can actually use a splash water bottle to do that. So let me do this. Boom! You can see that the candle is now extinguished. And as you can see over here, Mojang actually took the time to add all these different colors for the candles. And so there is a total of 17 colors that candles can have. So over here, here's the default candle color, and here's all 16 of the dye colors in Minecraft on the candles. Yeah, so basically, if you want to dye candles to the color you want, you basically grab a candle and any color dye and go over to a crafting grid and dye the candle like so. And so now you have a cyan candle. And actually another thing I want to do is put out all these colored candles just to show you guys the textures when they're unlit. Okay, so here's what all these candles look like when they're put out. And another thing I forgot to mention is that the more candles you place onto a single block, the more light level that these candles are going to emit. So if I light up just 1 candle on a block, you can see that it doesn't emit that much light. And but if I do that to 4 candles, you can see that it'll be sort of as bright as a torch, which is really cool. And why the heck did a wandering trader spawn here? Alright, if I go over here to this brick structure that I've set up, you can see that wandering traders now actually offer 4 new offers of their arsenal. So if I click on this wandering trader, you can see that he now sells me a new block called a moss block. And this guy sells rooted dirt. And this guy sells me small dripleaf. And this guy sells pointed dripstone, as you have seen earlier. Now, in 1.17, since the Lush Caves biome is not fully added, there are actually some ways that you can get some of these Lush Cave blocks. And so if I go over here, here is what happens if I apply bone meal to moss blocks like this one. Okay, if I bone meal this, you can see that more moss ends up growing, and a variety of new blocks appear as well. And so here is a moss carpet. This is Azalea, and here is the flowering Azalea. Okay, so basically what these Azalea blocks do is that if I bone meal it,
wow,
it becomes a new type of tree called the Azalea tree, which is really awesome. So yeah, here is the flowering Azalea leaf that these new trees have. Okay, if I bone meal a flowering Azalea, it basically does the same thing. So yeah, this little environment sort of gives you a sense of what the Lush Caves will look like in the future. 1.18 Caves and Cliffs Part 2 update. Okay, if I go over here, you can see that apparently underneath these Azalea trees, a new block called Rooted Dirt will actually grow. Just a single block of rooted dirt. So if you want more of these, I recommend consulting with a wandering trader. Okay, so basically what these item frames show is that if I right click on these rooted dirt blocks with a hoe, or if I bone meal it, you can see that I get this new block that is called Hanging Roots. So yeah, these tree roots will appear underneath these Azalea trees, which looks pretty cool. And also, as you can see, another Lush Cave block that is added to Minecraft. Now this one you can only get in the creative menu. This one is called the Spore Blossom. Now basically Spore Blossoms emit light, and you can see that it actually drops these little green sort of particles, and they actually spread throughout the air, which looks really cool. Yeah, this looks like a really awesome new decorative block to add in your garden. Okay, so here's the small drip leaf that I showed you earlier, and basically if you bone meal that, it'll turn into the new block called Big Drip Leaf. Now, big drip leaves are actually pretty cool, because if you jump on these, after like a few seconds, you can see that it sort of tilts and drops you down to the ground. So yeah, I can see a lot of people using this in sort of cool parkour challenges or mini games in servers. So yeah, this is just really cool. But not so cool if someone actually placed freaking lava underneath these drip leaves. Okay, if I go over here, here is the Sculk Sensor. Now, Sculk Sensors were actually added in an earlier snapshot prior to 1.17, but were actually subsequently removed. And so the only way to get these Sculk Sensors now is to use a give command. Now basically what Sculk Sensors do is that they're basically motion sensors in Minecraft. If I move a step near the Sculk Sensor, you can see that the Sculk Sensor emits a signal because it detects my motion. And yeah, as you may have guessed, Sculk Sensors actually emit a redstone signal. So if I go over here to my contraption, you can see that as I move, the Sculk Sensor keeps on emitting a redstone signal. But if I get close enough, the Sculk Sensor's redstone signal eventually becomes strong enough to turn on that redstone lamp in the distance. So yeah, the closer you are to the Sculk Sensor when you move, the greater of a redstone signal that it's going to emit. And apparently, Sculk Sensors are what is going to be implemented in 1.18 as part of a new cave biome called the Deep Dark, which I know a huge portion of the community is waiting for. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool features that is to be added in the Deep Dark biome. Okay, finally, if I go over here, here is the bundle. Yeah, so basically what bundles do is that they're basically like a mini shulker box. And so you can actually place, you can actually store items into a bundle like a mini backpack like this. I don't know why it's not working. There we go. Okay, so you can see that I've put this flowering Azalea into the bundle. So Currently, bundles have only 2 storage slots that can hold up to 2 stacks of items. Okay, so apparently, for some odd reason, you can't actually put in unstackable items inside these bundles just yet, which is really weird. But yeah, you can put up to 64 items inside these bundles. Okay, it's actually thundering right now in Minecraft, which is a really great time for me to show you another new feature in 1.17. Okay, so here is the lightning rod. Now if I go over to this crafting table, you can see that it takes 3 copper ingots to craft 1 lightning rod. And basically what lightning rods do is that you can place them on top of your structure that are actually prone to getting struck by lightning, especially if it's made out of wood, and will actually set your building on fire. And the lightning rod basically protects your structures from that. So basically what lightning rods do is that it will attract lightning from the sky, any part of your structure from up to a 32 block radius. And as you can see, when the weather is actually thundering, you can see that the lightning rod actually picks up these, actually tries to pick up lightning, as you can see here, with these white sort of sparkling particles. Oh! And as you can see here, when a lightning strikes the rod, you can see that it glows white like that. Actually, it would be a lot better to simulate that using my channeling trident. Okay, yeah, that's what the lightning rod getting struck by lightning looks like. It's really cool. So yeah, if you're making wooden structures in survival, it's best to get some of these lightning rods to help protect your builds. Okay, down here on this item frame, you can see that here is the Java Edition exclusive block called the Light block. And basically what it does is, it's basically a transparent block that just emits light. And the only way to get light blocks is by using a command. Okay, so I slept on a bed. It is the next day, which is the perfect time for me to show you another new feature in the update. Okay, so you can see down here I have a little minecart oval system that is placed underwater. And so that's because in 1.17 you can now operate minecarts underwater, which is really cool. And so if I go ahead and ride this minecart here, and yeah, I'm gonna try to force it onto the powered rail. Yeah, so as you can see, they actually operate a lot slower than minecarts that run on land. Yeah, because the water really slows it down. But yeah, it's great to know that you can now use minecarts underwater now. Yeah, let me just disembark from the cart. Okay, the last feature I want to show you guys before I go into the new mobs that are added in 1.17 is the ability to breed shulkers or duplicate them. So, you know, shulkers in the end, they're actually pretty scarce and they're only found in cities. And yeah, they look like this, and once you kill them, like, it's over. Like, you're never gonna get more of these shulkers spawning. Now, I can see why the shulker duplication ability is really beneficial to a lot of players, is because some players might just want to get more shulker boxes easily without having to find more end cities and stuff. And they're already hard enough to find in the end, to be honest with you. Okay, so basically I've made this little sort of contraption. I want to give a little shout out to OMG Craft for uploading this video that taught me how to make this really efficient shulker farm in 1.17. So if you guys want to make this for yourself, be sure to check his video out. Okay, so basically what I have here is a little glass enclosure with this snow golem that is here. In front of him are these two walls and a solid block here. And also, on top of the walls, you have 2 trapdoors. Now, basically what will happen is that when the shulker spawns from this, if I shoot a dispenser with the spawn egg, once the shulker's here, the snow golem will actually try to shoot at the shulker, and this will aggro it, and it'll cause the shulker to want to shoot back. But apparently, the shulker bullets that the shulker shoot out, they apparently aren't able to go through the trapdoors and the walls. And so what the bullets will do is that it'll sort of go this way and that way before ultimately hitting itself, the shulker. And basically, in 1.17, when a shulker hits itself with its own bullet, and you have a good enough spawning area, as you can see here with this platform, I'm not even sure it's even in the right dimensions. I think it's 33 by 33 blocks. So once a bullet hits the shulker itself, the shulker will actually teleport away to one of these areas, and another shulker will actually end up replacing the original shulker that is on this block area. So let me go ahead and demonstrate. Okay, a shulker has appeared, and oh, and you can see that it's gonna shoot. Oh wait, actually I see the problem. It's in peaceful difficulty. If I set it to normal, now the shulker will shoot. And what will happen is that, eventually... Oh! You can see that the shulker has duplicated. Let me go ahead and run it for a bit without talking. Sometimes it takes a while for it to work. Oh, there we go! Another shulker has spawned over here. So basically every time a bullet hits the shulker, it duplicates. Okay, so now the problem with this farm is that once this shulker reaches a low health by shooting itself too much, it'll actually teleport away, and a new shulker won't appear on that block. And so eventually, if I want to make this in survival, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get more shulkers to replace the shulker that is here. And I don't know how the snow golem died. And another problem is that in survival, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to efficiently move away these shulkers that have spawned by using anything from minecarts and boats. So yeah, it's a really cool feature that you can now duplicate shulkers in 1.17. And yeah, I actually admit that I originally thought that this was actually a bug and not an actual feature, but yeah, it's actually a thing in 1.17. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get into the last few features of 1.17. Okay, ladies and gents, the next feature I have to show to you guys, get out of here, creeper, is powdered snow, or the snowier snow that many of you guys were excited to see in 1.17. Now, right off the bat, you can see that powdered snow and regular snow actually looks very identical to each other. Except for some slight differences in the texture, as you can see. And also, with regular snow, you can actually walk on top of it like this. Whereas with powdered snow, you can actually walk through it. And basically, if you walk on top of it, you'll actually sink downwards. And so what happens if you walk into powdered snow is that, basically, if you stay in there long enough, you can see this blue, frosty kind of overlay start to appear on the screen, which basically means that you're really cold. Oh, and also, if you change your camera angle, you can see that your player avatar character thing will actually start to shiver, because you are very, very cold. But yeah, once you walk out of the powdered snow, the overlay starts to disappear. And also, I forgot to mention that your POV, or your player's point of view, will actually start to decrease as well when you walk into powdered snow. And actually, if I switch into survival mode, not only Dew gets the overlay when you stay in powder snow for too long, but you can see that the player hearts will actually start to turn blue, and I'll actually start to take damage as a result of freezing. Yeah, so guys, please don't stay in powder snow for too long, otherwise you'll actually die a very frosty death. But if you guys are planning to spend your time in the snowy biomes for so long with these powder snow, there's actually a way to protect yourself, and that is with leather armor. So yeah, leather armor now finally has a sort of real use in 1.17, because if I equip this leather armor, you can see that not only am I protected from freezing, but if I try to walk on top of the powdered snow, I actually don't fall downwards. No, not like that. Like this. And yeah, so with the addition of powdered snow, there's a lot of cool things that you guys can do with it. Like, for example, you can actually put some lava traps like underneath the powdered snow, and so that if people walk into it, they'll fall into the lava below and die. And yeah, I think you can actually do this because if I just place powdered snow, it doesn't fall down like gravel or sand. And also, I forgot to mention, unlike regular snow, the only way to collect the powdered snow for yourself is by putting the powdered snow in a bucket. So I think I can do this. Okay, let's try this again. So yeah, if I place powdered snow like this, I can actually pick up the powdered snow using a... You can see that I can actually pick up the powdered snow using a empty bucket. Yeah, so like this. And finally, if it's actually snowing in Minecraft, let me just do this. Apparently, cauldrons will actually fill up with powdered snow over time. And, yeah, I don't know exactly how many Minecraft days, but it still takes a pretty long time. But yeah, when the cauldron finally fills up to its max, you can actually use a bucket to pick up the powdered snow to keep for yourself. And so in a way, in 1.17, powdered snow is actually a farmable resource, just like with water and lava with the dripstones. Let's say, yeah, let's go ahead and get into the next feature. In 1.17, all kinds of dirt-like blocks, so this is regular dirt, this is coarse dirt, this is mycelium, and this is podzol. So basically, each one of these blocks can now be pathed using a hoe. Okay, so in 1.17, all kinds of dirt blocks, this is regular dirt, this is coarse dirt, this is mycelium, and this is podzol. So all four of these blocks can now be pathed using a shovel. You previously can only path regular dirt. So if I right-click with a shovel, you can see that I can path all four of these blocks. And actually, if I dig down, okay, so apparently they all look the same down below when they're pathed. And actually, if I take podzol and mycelium, you can now place all kinds of plants on podzol and mycelium. So I can place saplings and azaleas and everything else. And does that work on coarse dirt now? It does work on coarse dirt. So yeah, this is a nice little change for gardeners in the Minecraft community. Alright, in 1.17, if I kill enough drowned... And by the way, I actually enchanted this netherite sword with looting 3. So basically, there's a little update to drowned in 1.17. Let me try to get this to happen.
One eternity later.
Oh, there it is! You can see now that drowned actually drop copper ingots instead of the gold ingots from before as a fairly rare drop. Next, in 1.17, the following mobs, which include zombies, zombie villagers, husks, guardians, elder guardians, and polar bears, these guys will drop the cooked version of their food drops if they're killed with fire. So for example, if I spawned this guardian, for example, and I basically hit it a few times, and then see if I can get fire to finish it off. Hopefully this will be enough damage. It is, and okay, no, it did not drop it. We gotta try this again. Yeah, guardians have a 40% chance to drop their fish.
Much later.
Oh, finally. Okay, I think that took like 4 tries, but as you can see, the guardian when it was killed with fire, it dropped a cooked piece of cod instead of the regular raw cod that's it would drop if it wasn't killed with fire. Alright, next, mason or stonemason villagers in Minecraft, they now can sell 4 dripstone blocks for 1 emerald as part of their journeyman rank trades. For this next new feature, I am back at the powder snow exhibit, and I'm going to spawn a skeleton and push him into the powdered snow and give it a few seconds. Oh, as you can see, he starts to shiver and, oh, come on. Don't you dare move, buddy. Oh, actually, no, wait. He doesn't have to stay in the powdered snow, because if a skeleton goes into powdered snow and it starts to freeze, it'll eventually turn into the stray mob. Now, if you didn't know, strays are basically the snowy tundra version of the skeleton, and they use slowness arrows instead of regular ones. But yeah, this new feature allows skeletons to turn into strays like this. Okay, right now I am back at the title screen, and what I'm going to do now is actually create a new world. I'm going to be in creative, and this is going to be a different world than you guys would normally create, because what I'm going to do is go to world options and actually set the world type to single biome, and I'm actually going to customize it to Dripstone Caves first. Oh, and I'm going to do the Lush Caves right after. But yeah, because the actual cave biomes were not added into the game just yet, you can actually check out what these caves would look like in a special customized world. So I'm going to set this to Dripstone Caves and create a new world. And you guys will see what the Dripstone Caves will actually look like with all the current Dripstone Cave blocks. Okay, we spawn into a new world. Now, I think what I'm going to do is... Okay, is there an area deep enough to go into? Actually, no, let's just do it in Spectator. Okay, and let's go down to a random area. Let's go in here. Oh yeah, this looks big enough. So yeah, here's what the Minecraft caves will look like with all the dripstone blocks. Yeah, but yeah, even though we already have sort of dripstone areas in the caves, in the current 1.17 worlds, here's what the dripstone caves would actually look like in a much bigger scale. It's honestly nothing that special, if I have to be honest with you. And we don't know if Mojang's gonna add more blocks to these two types of caves. Okay, you guys have seen the Dripstone Caves, and so I am now going to quit this world, and I'm actually going to delete it, and show you guys the Lush Caves generation in 1.17. Okay, wow, look at this giant ravine, but oh, yeah, actually, I think everything's down there. Wait, why am I in survival mode? Okay, we have hopped into this new world. Now, let me see if I can find an area deep enough, like this one. Wow, just look at this. Wow, this is awesome. But yeah, this is an idea of how the Lush Caves would generate. As you can see, there's a lot of these little pools of water that you can see around. And you can see all these Lush Cave style blocks that I've showed earlier, like the Dripleaf and Azaleas, all that kind of stuff. But what's pretty interesting is that the Lush Caves biome is like filled with these clay blocks. Oh, and here's the glowberries with the cave vines. Yeah, they can actually grow pretty tall. Oh yeah, now this is good stuff right there. Oh wow, like the lighting is just incredible. Man, I can't wait for these caves to be added. Like, I won't even need to have to light these caves with torches all the time, because there's just so many glowberries that are giving us light. Oh, and these spore blossoms as well. But yeah, like, even though this is not completely added into the game yet, the Lush Caves biome still looks really cool. Oh, and here are the moss blocks, those mossy looking blocks. Wow, just look at this incredible look to the caves. Oh, here's an Amethyst Geode surrounded by loads of glowberries and cave vines. Man, like, this is paradise in the underground right here. And last but not least, I'm going to show you guys the 3 new mobs that are added into Minecraft in 1.17 Caves and Cliffs update. Okay, and so the first mob we're looking at today in this video is the goats. Now, basically, goats spawn in these mountain areas in your world, and they basically spawn in herds like this. I don't know why, there's just a lot of these goats spawning in the mountains right now. Okay, so there's quite a few things you can do with the Minecraft goats. The first thing is that you can actually feed 2 goats with wheat, and they are actually attracted to wheat, by the way, like cows. And they'll enter love mode and make a adorable little baby goat. Yeah, here's what the baby goat looks like. It is so freaking tiny. And you can see that it doesn't have those goat horns like the adults. Goats in Minecraft are actually another source of milk, because if I use an empty bucket on it, I can actually get milk from it. Now, some people speculated that Minecraft would just straight up add goat milk as a different variation of milk. But in Minecraft right now, cow milk and goat milk are the exact same thing. Goats are actually neutral mobs in 1.17, because if I go into survival mode and I actually hit one of them, I'm very sorry. You can see that I don't know if it's aggroing at me, but oh my god, did you guys see that? Holy crap. You can see that in Minecraft, if you stand still for too long and a goat's near you, he'll actually charge and do this sort of ram attack to push you off a certain amount of blocks. And this is especially dangerous if you get pushed off a cliff or off a mountain, and this could seriously do a lot of damage. Yeah, here's one of the cool features that the goats can do. It's the ram attack. Let's see if they can do it again. Oh, ouch. Okay, that was awesome. But yeah, let's go back into creative mode. Okay, and when you're looking at these goats, another thing to watch out for is the goat's ability to jump. I think you saw that one over there. Goats actually have the ability to leap for a good amount of height and air time. Like, they can actually jump, like, I think, 5 to 10 blocks high. And each goat actually jumps and leaps like this once every, like, 60 seconds. So yeah, I'm basically watching those 2 goats right there. See if they'll jump again. Oh, okay, did you guys see that? Yeah, that's an example of a leap right there, and there it goes again. And yeah, because of the goat's ability to keep on jumping like this, and their ability to move about in the mountains, they actually take a lot less fall damage compared to other mobs in Minecraft. So, if I were to spawn a goat and have him drop, let's say from the top of the streets all the way down to the ground there, it actually does nothing to it. And also, by the way, baby goats actually have the ability to do all this jumping and leaping stuff, much like the adults. Okay, a couple more facts about the goat is that they actually have 5 hearts of health in total. And goats actually do half a heart of damage on easy difficulty, 1 heart on normal, and 1.5 hearts on hard difficulty, while babies only do half a heart of damage across all difficulties. In Bedrock Edition of Minecraft, goats actually have an exclusive feature that is not currently available in Java Edition, and that is the ability to get their goat horns. Now, in order for you to get goat horns in Bedrock, now, a goat, first of all, has to ram into a tree, and once it hits the tree, it actually has a chance to drop their goat horns. Now, I'm not entirely sure what you'll be able to do with goat horns, but maybe having the ability to use it as like some sort of animal call would be really cool. And finally, the last thing you guys need to know about the goat is that there's actually a 2% chance for you to get a screaming variant of a goat. Now, here's a screaming goat right here. I named it Avalanche, because why not? And they actually look identical to the other regular goats, but the main difference between the two is that the screaming goat actually makes bellowing and screaming sounds that the regular goats do not emit, so listen to it. Oh my god, that just sounds so funny. I swear this screaming sound is created when one of the Mojang employees actually screamed into the freaking mic. But yeah, the regular goats do not make these screaming sounds, and they basically just bleat and make some kind of bellowing sounds. And the screaming goats actually do their ram attack a lot more often than the regular goats. So yeah, in survival mode, if you guys find a screaming goat, be sure to put a leash on it and keep it for yourself, because that is a very special find right there. And also, currently in 1.17, it is unknown whether you guys are able to breed 2 goats together and actually get a screaming goat. So for me, I think the only way to get these screaming goats is to keep spawning them and finding these in the wild until you come across a screaming goat. And so another tip is that if you're looking for the screaming goats out in the wild, don't walk past them too quickly, because you're going to have to listen very carefully to each one of these goats to hear for their screaming and bellowing sounds. But yeah, let's get into the second new mob in 1.17. Alright, let's go ahead and descend down to the ravine, down to the caves once again, and if we go over here to this pool of water, we can see our second new mob addition in 1.17. This guy, the glow squid. Now, if you guys were watching my Minecraft Earth video, you might have noticed that the glow squid actually did come from the Minecraft Earth AR game. And this was actually the mob that won the mob vote back in Minecon Live 2020. Beating the Isolager and the Moobloom. But yeah, basically, glow squids are just a version of the regular squid you can see down there. I don't know why I named it Squidward, except for the fact that it has a much different appearance, and it sort of glows in the dark. For some reason, glow squids don't actually emit a light level, and so you can't really use the glow squid as a different light source, unfortunately. And what happens if you kill a glow squid, you may ask? Well, here's the answer for you guys. They drop a new type of item called the glow ink sac. Now, unlike the regular ink sacs that the regular squids drop, the glow ink sacs are used for a different purpose in Minecraft. This is because, as you can see here, you can actually use your glow ink sac, and actually let me put a sign and just type in some random text. And what happens if I right click onto it with glow ink sac? Guess what? You now have glowing sign text, which is a very, very awesome addition into Minecraft. Yeah, you can now see your sign text much more clearly than ever before. Like, honestly, like, sign text is already hard enough to see before 1.17. And yeah, here's what the glowing sign text looks like in all 16 different dye colors. And so yeah, the default glowing sign text color is black, as you can see here. And here's the orange colored sign text. Next, I don't know if you guys have noticed throughout the video, but apparently glow item frames actually exist in 1.17 now, and they're actually crafted from a regular item frame plus a glow ink sac. And glow item frames are basically just a glowier version of the regular ink sacs. And if I place it down and place a random item onto it, like this trident, you can see that it actually sort of glows in the dark. So let me compare those two with a regular item frame. And boom! I guess you can kind of tell that you can see the item that is on the item frame much more clearly in the dark with the glow item frame. And last but not least, if I go down here onto this ravine again and go this direction, I have actually set up a minecart track right here. Let's take this minecart system to our final destination. Woohoo! Let's go through the tunnel. And we come across this pool of water with the third new mob added in 1.17, the Axolotl. Now, Mojang added the Axolotl into Minecraft as awareness because Axolotls in real life are really endangered. And yeah, I'm so glad they're doing this, and just look how cool the Axolotl looks. And in 1.17, Axolotls come in 5 different colors. Here's the brown one, the pink Axolotl, the, I think, white Axolotl, the yellow Axolotl, and this guy right there is the blue Axolotl. Now, the blue Axolotl is the rarest color of Axolotl that you can come across in Minecraft, because the blue Axolotl has a 0.083% chance for you to come across in Minecraft. And unfortunately, in 1.17.1, which is set to release very soon, the blue Axolotl will no longer spawn in the wild, unfortunately. But yeah, back to talking about the other Axolotls. Basically, these guys spawn in complete darkness in these pools of water in caves, and they have 7 hearts of health. Axolotls also love tropical fish, because if you feed axolotls are attracted to players that are carrying a tropical fish bucket. So yeah, I really love doing this. Okay, but yeah, if I feed 2 of my axolotls this tropical fish bucket, not the raw tropical fish, I'm sorry, but you have to feed them 2 separate buckets of tropical fish, apparently. And so if I do this and this, they'll actually enter love mode, like other animals, and make a baby axolotl. Axolotls are also Minecraft's first amphibious mob, because they can actually survive on both water and on land for a limited time only, because let's see if I can drag one of you axolotls out of the water. We drag you out of the water. Oh, yeah. Apparently that's a weird little bug, or little glitch that's going on. Because if you tow an axolotl using a lead, it'll start spinning around like crazy. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see. Okay, but if I drag this guy out of the water, it can actually survive on land, as you can see. Oh my goodness. Get out of the minecart. Uh-oh, this is not good. Yeah, axolotls can actually survive on land like this, and good thing they're smart enough to try to find their way back into water. And axolotls are really impressive because they can actually survive outside of water for up to 5 minutes before taking damage and drowning to death. And yeah, this guy's gonna slowly waddle its way back into the water. Alright, and say if you happen to come across these axolotls in Minecraft Survival and you wanted to keep them and take them to your house or something, you can actually pick up your axolotls by using a bucket and picking them up like this. And so as you can see, my tropical fish is in a bucket. Basically a bucket of axolotl, and if I want to take it back out to swim, I can just right click on it and the axolotl will come back out. Axolotls in Minecraft will also attack and kill any underwater mob that they see. So if I spawn in a bunch of cod, they'll just go gung-ho and just one-shot kill the fish. And if I spawn in a drowned, they'll actually team up and try to kill the drowned. Now, unfortunately, they only do 1 heart per hit. And if I spawn in another drowned, you guys can see that once an axolotl becomes low on health. Oh wow, that's a trident drowned. If an axolotl is low on health, you can see that this guy will actually attempt to play dead and will actually try to regenerate his health back up. And once an axolotl is playing dead, it'll actually stop attacking the mob that it was attacking before. And an axolotl that is trying to regenerate, the drowned or mob that it's attacking before will actually ignore it, which is really interesting. But yeah, unfortunately, axolotls are just not powerful enough to take down multiple mobs, or let alone take down one mob without a couple of these axolotls around. And yeah, unfortunately, as you can see, I think quite a few of these axolotls ended up dying on the action, and rip, I don't see my blue axolotl anywhere. But not to worry, if you guys are in creative mode and want to spawn in more of these blue axolotls, but you want to do it quickly because they're so dang rare to get, even with spawn X, there's actually a command for you to spawn them. And basically, if you type in /summon axolotl squigglies variant 4, so let me go ahead and do this. It is only cheating if you do this in survival mode. You can see that I get back the blue axolotl, and I think it goes from 3, 2, 1, and 0 for the other colors of the axolotl. And so yeah, axolotls are a really good companion to have with you on your adventures because of their ability to help you attack and kill any mobs, like if you come across a horde of drowned. In fact, let me go ahead and demonstrate by going into survival mode and spawning these drowned. Actually, wait, I need to eat some glowberries first. Okay, if I go ahead and spawn a drowned, you can see that all these drowned are gonna attack the drowned. Oh, and if I kill it while the drowned are attacking it, it'll do something really cool. Because the axolotls have given me the regeneration effect temporarily, which is really cool. And so yeah, it's kind of like a symbiosis relationship. You help me, I help you. Yeah, let's do this again, just to show you guys. Go get him, axolotls! Yay, we did it! And yeah, I think the axolotls are healing back up, and so am I. And so yeah, in Minecraft Survival, definitely go after these Axolotls because they are such a good pet to keep with you. And best of all, you can keep them by using a cute little bucket.
Nice.
Alright, ladies and gents, and so that was every new feature that was added to Minecraft in 1.17 Caves and Cliffs Update Part 1. And so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and by the way, the Axolotls and glow squids that I showed before, you can't actually find that many of them spawning in the wild, like in these pools of water, unfortunately. And so yeah, if you want more of those glow squids and axolotls, you're gonna have to search for quite a while in order to find them. But yeah, I hope I didn't miss any new 1.17 features that I have to talk about in this video. And so yeah, be sure to give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And don't forget to leave a comment down below on this video as well. And so I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll be seeing you guys on the next video.